So today I'll be talking about Seiya, which while I didn't like as much as most other stuff I watched this year, I still found to be pretty enjoyable. Of course, I'm referring to the main series. Which brings me to the series I'll first be talking about, which is Seiya the Lost Canvas, which is the prequel to Sensei series that I happen to find superior to the original. And I find to be a better way to get into the series, due to it being more pleasant to look at as well as it not making the same more blatant mistakes as the original series. And in case you already know about the franchise and you're wondering, yes, I do know about the prequel sequel known as Next Dimension. I just prefer to assume it never existed. So the moment I'll be talking about will be the fight between Piscis Albafica and Griffin Minos, which to this day is probably one of my favorite moments of the franchise. Though thinking back, it's not that special or different, it's just that like some other examples in previous videos I gave, it's what got me into the franchise. Before that, I had watched the first episode of the first series, and it was just meh. And then started watching Lost Canvas, and while the early episodes were okay, this was the first sort of holy fuck moment I came across. I was hardly expecting anything from this fight, I mean seriously. Species and roses. I was more or less thinking about how gay the fight would be. And I was pleasantly surprised as Albafica turned out to be pretty badass despite his looks. And the ending of the fight as well as Albafica's death were pretty awesome and touching.
私のそばに寄るな。しかしミーノスに吹き飛ばされた花びらがここまで届いたか。好機は抜けているか。私はいつもこの毒バラと共にいた。だが今初めて思う。この花は美しいと。
On a side note though, the fight was pretty weird to me. Cause before that, I don't think I've watched that many shows with homoerotic undertones to them. Not too blatant at least. And while watching this fight, Minos just kind of came off as pretty...
しかしあの男はなんと美しい。
rapey. From the original series, there was a fight with Gemini Saga. Now, despite him being one of my favorite villains at the moment, Saga is a character I came off the wrong foot with, mainly because the show couldn't decide who the fuck he was. I mean seriously, first he's the Pope's brother, then he's the Pope with a split personality thingy, then he's some random dude who killed the Pope then became the Pope, then he's a Gemini State, then he's back to being the Pope, and then he's back to being some random dude who killed the Pope then became the Pope, until finally decided to stay as a Gemini Saint. Like seriously, what the fuck? This is especially jarring when you take into consideration you have pretty much already been spoiled on his identity, even before 12 Zodiac's arc began. Yet it was so confusing. Now the main reason I liked the fight was due to how hopeless it felt, as opposed to the previous fights. I mean for almost all the fight he was pretty much just owning Seiya, and for some reason it never felt like he stood a chance, even with all the plot armor and aspals the show is famous for. Especially when Seiya lost his senses and stood up due to the power of, well, bullshit, and Saga more or less tanked his attack and pretty much wasn't giving any fucks. I especially liked during the final moments of the fight when Saga tanked all the Bronze Saints' attacks. And that's like a lot considering this is Seiya. Pretty much Deus Ex Machina the anime.
Yosh, そんなにペガサスの味方をしたいのならば命まで取るとは言わん。その代わり五感をことごとく断ち切ってくれるわ。まずは味覚だ。何？これは口の中が麻痺。次は触覚。聴覚。次は嗅覚。視覚。 アテナへの土産にお前の首をくれてやるとしよう。ペガサスよ、私の拘束権を無数に浴びてもくらえ、フェニックス最大の奥義、暴力天将。バカめ、ゴールドセイント相手に同じ技が2度も通用すると思っているのか。バゴン最大の奥義、ロザン少年派オーロラエクスキューション。爆発しろ、僕のネビラよ、ネビラストーン。バカな、俺たちの剣がジェミニを避けて吹き抜けていく。これは貴様らの技などこの私には無力なのだ。そら、自分たちの仕掛けた技で自ら吹っ飛べ。コスモは
聖夜のコスモにシリュウたち4人のコスモが加わった。
ペガサス流星剣。
聖夜の流星剣が一つの光の塊となった。
バカな、まるでこれは。
力でサガを倒したのです。
せいや、よくぞアテナを守り通した。このアイオリア、しかと見届けた。
甘いな。この私がやすやすと死んでたまるか。私こそこの地上を支配する唯一の男なのだからな。
二人